Okay, we've done the normal route. Now let's do the alternate route, which is more interesting, but it is definitely not easier. Also, yeah, I've decided that I'm going to keep the, I'm going to put both routes in a single video and just have it be a little longer than usual. Because, honestly, I don't want the last video in this Let's Play to be the alternate route. I feel like the last video in the Let's Play should contain the normal route for completing the final level. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing for me. Maybe this is just me being weird, but whatever, it's my channel. Anyway, to get to the alternate route, we start by going due south, which may seem strange considering the fact that the Great Devoid is pretty much due east. Okay, I guess that's what percentage the sound volume is at. I meant to increase the game speed, so that I can get everybody into position, because it will be a little while before there's any combat. And mainly because we don't want to run the Berserks too far ahead of everyone else. Alright, back to normal speed. And yeah, what we'll find due south is a riverbank leading to a shallow point in the river without a corresponding bank on the other side that we can climb up. Because we actually move along the river, and the riverbank is a ways this way. And of course, since we're going to be spending quite a bit of time near impassable deep water, yes, wights can come out from this. That is generally something that you want to avoid.
Who decided we should go this way?
I did. I wanted to show off the alternate route. Also, while this route is definitely not easier than the other route, I do think it's a little faster, but mainly, I just think it is inherently really cool that the developers of this game just included an alternate route through this level. There's no reason why this route is necessary for the game to work properly. It's perfectly fine. The game would be perfectly fine if there was only one route through this level. Well, that was weird. But they included an entire second way of completing the final level just to give the player more options. And it really is down to personal preference whether or not this route is easier or harder or about the same. I do think you encounter fewer wights. You will encounter some, but it feels less crowded than it did in the other way through this level. But yes, our first encounter with enemies will actually be enemies trying to fire at us from over the high ground here. I wanted to call that an embankment for some reason. I'm not really sure why. The other thing is that wights will tend to try to follow us. They'll tend to follow the exact same route that we took, and it's important not to let them gather there, because you can end up with a large number of wights behind you when your archers are busy doing something else. So, just like with the main route, there are issues of basically just needing to pay attention, where they give you more stuff than you can easily keep track of all at once to deal with, to avoid being horribly murdered. For instance, the double white squeeze that we're in right now. Okay, that's one side taken care of. Now for the other side. Taken care of. Good. And there's another one. I'm almost completely certain that the wights do not respawn in this level, and so it is theoretically possible to just kill all of them. And one advantage this route definitely has is that the wights are forced to come at you from a smaller number of different directions. meaning it's at least slightly easier to keep your archers in position to do something about them. Alright, there we go.
Step aside. Step aside.
Whoa. Okay, fortunately that pus packet didn't detonate. Look who comes crawling back. Didn't like the beating we gave you this... Didn't get enough of a beating last time and decided you wanted to come back. Well, we're happy to give you more. Oops. Whoa!
Casualty.
See previous comments about needing to pay attention.
Sir?
Yeah.
Ready?
Fortunately, Six Motions pathfinding has worked properly
Yes.
this time. Right. At this point, both the dwarves and the berserks really feel like they're just in the way. They're basically being escorted through this part of the level. We'll need them for something later. They're not dead weight in like a permanent sense, but right now they are dead weight. Right now they're almost an obstacle we have to overcome.
Ready? On the way.
Okay.
All right.
Once
All right.
again, the pathfinding has decided to be strange.
Sir?
Oh, wait. Whoa.
Casualties.
This is just going to be just this gradual wearing down of our forces until everybody's dead, isn't it? I'm calling it here, folks. This is going to be on the fail playlist because we lose a few guys to every white until eventually there's nobody left.
Sir?
Place your bets. We'll see if that's what happened. Of course, you guys already know based on whether or not there is fail in the title of this video.
Over here.
Hey, step aside. Ready? Hey, step aside.
One more.
Got him.
I think I was wrong about the statement that you encounter fewer whites on this path.
Yes? Yes!
Alright.
Ready? All right. Sir? Ready?
See if I can make this work with 5 archers.
I'm moving. Over here.
Yes?
Okay.
Hey, move it.
Took out a couple of his buddies who were also hiding under the water.
I'm moving.
Ready?
Okay. Move carefully.
Hey, step aside. That was mine.
We're retreating. Trust me, it's a smart
Let's
move.
go.
And yeah, we're out of heals, because we need that last one to take out Soul Blighter.
I'm moving.
Sir?
Which means I need to control my archers very carefully. Right.
That was mine.
And now just immediately start retreating. You can set up here.
Yeah.
And there's another white heading for the water, which means that he will eventually try to ambush us. So let's just line up where he's next to where he's probably going to come out so we can prematurely detonate him. And here he comes. And there he goes. Problem solved. I like problem solving.
Yeah.
Ready?
For whatever reason, the soulless need to move a short distance before they can start firing at us. It's almost like our range is longer than theirs, but I'm fairly certain it isn't actually...
Casualty.
Well, down to 4. I'm fairly certain our range is not actually longer than theirs, so I don't know why this happens, but it gives us just enough lead time to potentially use hit-and-run tactics if we're very careful.
Yeah.
Yes?
Part of it is you kind of have to be pretty cowardly in this fight. Know when to just give up and run. And then, because they'll eventually stop following you and then you come back. They actually use tactics very similar to that, some of the groups of goals in A Long-Awaited Party, which I also had a fair amount of trouble with. The difference is that since I have archers, this tactic is a lot less scary to me. If anything, it arguably advantages me. If they just insisted on pursuing me indefinitely, they could force a confrontation, which I might not be able to win. Though I suppose if they did that, I could potentially lure them away from the fetch and then take them out with berserks.
Yes?
Alright. And open fire. Okay, and now they've decided they want to fight for real. That's 1 down.
Hey, step aside.
1 more arrow, 1 more arrow, 1 more arrow. 2 more arrows. Okay, he's down. And another fetch. We are going... The one thing I am going to be proud of at the end of this level is going to end with me having accomplished a very high kill count of some of the most difficult and frustrating enemies in this game. Okay, that's as long as we can risk being exposed like this. Time to retreat until the enemy decides what they want their formation to look like.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ready?
You berserks and dwarves don't need to feel bad about the archers carrying all the weight. You will get your chance.
Step aside. Stand clear. That was mine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Ready?
Nope. Alright, now we have more soulless and more hit-and-run tactics. Crap.
moving.
Yes?
Before I do anything else, we need to take out this white, and hopefully it will cause secondary
Yes.
detonations that will take out some of the ones that are hidden. Because there are too many. I've been watching whites accumulate in that deep water for the last couple minutes. There are too many of them. Alright.
Ready?
That white might potentially be useful to me, but I don't want to get too greedy. It's an easy way to die in this level. I mean, you can die from getting too greedy in any level. It's just a lot easier for that to happen in this one than it is in most. Almost. One more arrow. Okay. That didn't cause any secondary explosions like I expected it would. Alright. Gotta take that white out now. Like I said, I think the enemy will eventually run out of them if we kill enough. But that isn't easy. Nope, no luck. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. This level doesn't seem to have any less combat. This route doesn't seem to have any less combat than the other route. The combat just kind of all happens at once.
Yeah.
Sir?
Whoa!
Over here.
Yes?
Casualty.
Okay, we're not all dead.
Casualty.
Now we are. There go all the dwarves. I'm honestly not sure how that happened. Well, I told you, didn't I? Didn't I tell you this was going to be on the fail playlist? Well, I hope you enjoyed watching my abject failure, and I love you all, and I will see you next time.